Ugh. Smells of you. Sandalwood. Citrus. Sweet male memories.
I'm being creative?
It's garbage.
Oh, hi there. My name is Prostetnik Vogon Jeffs, and in this video I'm talking about all of the movies that I couldn't be bothered to review during my first year as a movie reviewer.
Holy shit. Is that what you've been doing this whole time?
I'm just going to ignore that and move on.
No, but seriously, your takes are hot garbage.
Then why do you keep watching? What the hell is wrong with you?
You're talking to a penguin and a bear who live in a cabin on a cliff in a post-apocalyptic, post-humanity.
Whoa. What are you talking about? Post-apocalyptic? I don't understand what you just...
Have you looked in a mirror lately? You're not exactly, well, I mean, just look at yourself, man. You're a f***ing skeleton. You think you're alive? You think any of this is normal?
Hold on. So you're telling me I'm dead and we're all existing in some kind of post-apocalyptic hellscape?
Hellscape? Come on, man. It's not that bad.
This is nuts. I don't remember any nukes going off. Was it some sort of plague? Did AI finally take over and destroy humanity? Was it aliens? Was it some sort of ancient Egyptian magic?
Yes.
Yes to what?
Yeah, yes. All of it. Can we move on now? Chop chop review monkey, let's go!
Yes. Hey.
Not every movie elicits the emotions needed to dedicate an entire week to its analysis and review.
Does that make sense? Yeah, it does. Makes sense.
For every Madam Web and Electric State, there are dozens of movies that land on the average side of things. Some movies are even worse, and there are movies that are actually still entertaining.
I don't believe you.
Unfortunately, these videos take a substantial amount of time to put together.
Who cares? Who cares?
In my next video, I'll be revisiting my very first upload, showing some behind-the-scenes stuff and giving an overview of my process to demonstrate how I put these together. The point of all this being that sometimes I don't have enough time or energy or motivation to review certain movies. So here are a handful of flicks from the past 12 months that, for one reason or another, I didn't make videos for.
Thank you so much.
Enjoy. I uploaded my first video at the end of April of last year. I had attempted to make a 6-episode comedy variety show thing a couple years earlier. But that didn't go too well. I bit off way more than I could chew and wasn't able to finish the series. It was depressing, and I ended up deleting the videos. But there were elements of that production that made me realize I needed to take another stab at...
Again, who cares?
And then I watched the 2024 remake of Roadhouse. It made my blood boil. I had had enough of the terrible remakes and sloppy writing and political pandering. It became increasingly clear what my next video would be. I wanted to make a point about how the 2024 Roadhouse was so bad that it made the original look like a goddamn cinematic masterpiece. It started as a joke, but as I began to compare and contrast the movies, I realized I was kind of right about it. And then a bunch of people lost their minds about it.
It's not true. That's impossible.
Oh, please, excuse me. I must be psychotic then.
Most people agreed with me, but there was a sizable meathead pushback.
You shut the f*** up!
And I got a real kick out of it. So that's how things started. And now, here are some of the more notable movies I've seen since starting this channel that I just never got a chance to review. Have you ever been tempted to watch paint dry for an hour and a half? If so, Poolman was made for you. It's like The Big Lebowski mixed with Chinatown, but minus the atmosphere, interesting characters, and compelling plot. It's those two movies minus everything good about them, basically. And it's got Stephen Tobolowsky in drag.
Hard pass!
Listen, things are going to get repetitive if I don't address this. One of the major recurring themes throughout all of the movies in this video is this. Almost all of them are exceptionally boring. You know, fall asleep 20 minutes in kind of boring. Can't get comfortable in your seat kind of boring. Speaking of boring, The Exorcism came out in June, followed by Twisters in July, but I didn't see it until later in the year. Everything about it is relentlessly mid.
Is that right?
I think the positive review scores come from desperation. When everything else is so awful, even mid seems pretty good. I never bothered watching Twister, the kinda sorta prequel to this disaster popcorn flick. I don't think it would have mattered. I mean, Twisters is just a feature-length Ricky Fitz orgasm. Ooh, look at all the wind.
So much beauty in the world. I feel like I can't take it.
Bunch of hot air if you ask me. There were elements of The Instigators that I enjoyed. Matt Damon and Casey Affleck have great chemistry, for obvious reasons. Michael Stuhlbarg, Ving Rhames, Alfred Molina, Toby Jones, a pretty awesome cast overall. But then Ron Perlman, the Rachel Zegler of boomer actors, shows up and spoils it for everyone.
What are you feeling?
I'm disappointed.
Alright, I'm sure this has been done to death, but Trap was crap.
It was very upsetting.
M. Night has lots of great ideas, lots of interesting concepts with huge potential.
I know that.
But then he goes and writes and directs them into the ground. Thank God he taught his daughter everything he knows about filmmaking.
She doesn't want anybody to know about it. She felt cursed. Like she was chosen to be cursed.
We're gonna have poorly executed slop for decades to come. All right, what's next? Okay, here's a question. Why on earth would I watch a remake of The Killer when I could just go back and rewatch The Killer? I tried watching the new one. It's terrible, so I just went back and watched the old
I
one.
never get tired of something done well.
It keeps the customer happy.
Problem solved. Now, in retrospect, I should have done a review for The Union. It's a horrible movie. But I got caught up in the Canadiana of Humane and the nostalgia of the original Crow movie, and just never got around to it. But rest assured, it's an instantly forgettable garbage movie. And if you're a fan of the way 7 uses the number 7 in place of the letter V, holy shit, are you gonna love Afraid.
Oh, do I detect snark?
It's a movie about AI made by people who have zero understanding of AI. For people who know even less about AI. Probably one of the dumbest movies of 2024.
I guess it was made with AI or something.
I kind of wish I had taken the time to make a full video for this one as well, because it's laughably stupid.
Okay, no worries.
Oh, God. Another Casey Affleck movie?
Oh, I'm sorry. Was I not invited to this party?
Listen, I've got nothing against the guy, but one Casey Affleck movie per year fills my quota.
How could you say that to me?
A lot of critics were hard on this one. It was average, nothing special. But the ending was inadvertently hilarious. If you're gonna wax poetic about chairs, you'd better be capable of making it interesting.
Even the seats that we sit on. Does anyone know who it symbolizes? The goddess? Yes.
Unfortunately, Max and Sam Eggers, brothers of Robert Eggers, director of The Lighthouse and Nosferatu, are not so capable. I was expecting something at least half decent from an A24 film, but The Front Room is a complete disaster.
What are you going on about?
Cringe dialogue, bad acting, and weirdness for the sake of weirdness.
Go, gaga, gaga, gaga.
It was a legitimate chore to get through this one. Oh, Megalopolis. You know what? If I want to watch self-important, pretentious art school cinematic snobbery with a gaudy, almost unwatchable veneer, and horrific pseudo-Shakespearean performances by ill-equipped actors...
To be or not to be? That is the question.
Well, I'll just watch my own videos, thank you very much. Man alive, I really wanted to like Hellboy the Crooked Man. I tried watching it thrice and fell asleep each time. I watched the first Tom Hardy Venom and was embarrassed for the guy. And then he did it 2 more times. The only good thing about this movie was the title and third act conclusion, which seemed to put the series to rest. And then they marveled it so hard with another post-credits teaser. You know what? The people shouting that Marvel has done more harm than good are absolutely right. I'm so sick of this shit. I didn't give much credit to Crow and Phoenix for the success of Gladiator until I saw Gladiator 2.
They sent me
to fulfill that task.
Charisma matters, people. The sequel feels like a cheap imitation of the original.
The gods have rendered their judgment.
And don't get up my ass for not caring about the historical inaccuracies. The first movie was about as historically accurate as Braveheart, or Assassin's Creed Shadows, or most modern news networks. Jesus f***ing Christ, who watches movies for historical accuracy? Where were we? Oh, Heretic, right. You know, I kinda liked Heretic. It was better than I thought it would be. Conclave, on the other hand, well, it's an exceptionally crafted film with gorgeous visuals and great acting.
Wouldn't you tell me this now?
Undone by the fact that it feels disingenuous and shoehorns in gender politics in the clumsiest way possible. I can't help but feel that that element was only added so it could be considered for an Academy Award. I'm shocked. Prove me wrong. Wait, no, don't. I really don't care.
Deny it if you like. But search your heart, and then tell me it isn't so.
Search your feelings. You know it to be true.
Now, you could make a strong argument that Kraven the Hunter is worse than Madam Web. And that's why I didn't make a review video for that movie, because that one sentence says everything you need to know. So what have I seen so far this year? Flight Risk. Okay. Topher Grace and Mark Wahlberg. Proof that sometimes you can judge a book by its cover. And you know what? Cleaner wasn't as bad as some online pundits would have you believe.
Are you high?
But I definitely wouldn't go so far as to call it good. It's girl boss Die Hard.
That's what I thought.
With less interesting characters and more plot holes and contrivances than you can shake an autistic hammer at. It sucks too, because the overall message that corporate corruption needs to be held to account and that climate cultists are out of their goddamn mind is a good one. This one's awesome. It's The Beekeeper, but worse. Now, this one released as I was putting this video together. I'm on the fence about it. Sorry, not about the movie. G20 was painful to watch. I'm on the fence as to whether I want to torture myself by making a video about it. I'll put a pin in it for now. And that brings us to the here and now. To everyone out there, to those of you who have been with me since Roadhouse, and to those of you who have just found the channel, thank you for all of your support. I've been trying to put a unique spin on movie reviews.
Why?
And trying to improve the quality of my writing and production over time so that I can give you something entertaining to watch. It's all a bit tongue-in-cheek and hyperbolic for the sake of amusement.
Is it?
And my heartfelt appreciation goes out to each and every one of you for getting it and sticking with me as I figure things out.
You gonna cry, Deborah?
Deborah? You heard me.
What the? Well, don't look at me. I didn't do it. Oh, it's that damned wizard again.
Yeah, of course we're having fish for dinner. What kind of question is that?
That's all, folks. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe.
And that's a f***ing wrap.